Look at that beautiful view, man. Just the experience and the opportunity. Welcome to the vlog. This is what day is it? It is the December 30th, 4:43 p.m. We are living a good life, even whenever it's hard, man. Like, look at this. It's beautiful. Honestly, it's not just about having like nice things all the time. It's about curating your environment to make you very functional mentally. Obviously, having nice things helps, but honestly, even if you're in a nice place like this, if you're not around the right people, it's torture. It's actually torture. But I have really amazing friends and people I trust. You could be anywhere, but if you don't trust the people you're with, you know, you're in a bad situation and it feels like nothing. So at the end of the day, none of this really matters if I can't share it with other people. There's other problems in life outside of money that money cannot fix. And I've brought so much value to people that's worth more than money. And that's why I'm able to maneuver into rooms that I'm in, you know? Back in Long Beach with Timothy, the bodybuilder. And I'm about to chill with him for a bit. Long Beach is pretty cool. It's more chill than Hollywood. Hollywood has a lot of parking violations going on and things like that, but out here it's not as annoying, it's not as vicious, but it's so chill out here. What's up, bro? I'll get the video.
You ordering pizza or what?
Yes, sir. Charlotte. Alright, say hi to the vlog real quick.
I have a few clients. I caught up on some check-ins. I did my regular morning routine, woke up, hydrate, cardio, did some gratitude journaling, and then just meal prepped a little bit, did some laundry, and now we're here. I did a guided meditation by Joe Dispenza, and that's what I've been doing for like the past year, trying to work on my self-development, and something I try to do today, because I mean, meditation is harder than it sounds. So you got to sit there in silence, and it's easier said than done, because once you try to sit there in silence, you start having like all your thoughts and impulses, they rush at you at that moment, you know, like you start thinking like what I got to do for that day, or you know, what's next on the to-do list, and you know, you will even start thinking about things that angered you like days ago, you know, but it's like there's analytics to those thoughts, because those are the emotions that your body is trying to default to when you're trying to, you know, when you're trying to create these new emotions. And essentially the job of meditation, or the goal for meditation, is to maintain these new higher vibration emotions or frequencies, right? So, you know, I was trying to write down the thoughts that I normally would have during a meditation, but it's like my body was trying to outsmart me this time, since I was being more intentional about it, and I was trying to catch these thoughts on paper. I was just having less, so I felt like there was a little irony to that. So I did get a few of them down, and it looks like I was defaulting into some angry stuff, like some stuff like I have like this problem where like I can predict people's like actions, you know. I'll be like, oh, this motherfucker's gonna do this to me or treat me this way, and then somehow, even though I know, I still let it anger me when I'm correct about it, you know. Most people would be like, oh, I predicted this, so I can't be mad about it. But my problem is I'll predict things and I'll still get mad about it, like, damn, I was right, you know.
Yeah.
So
how do you prepare for those things then? Like, to not get, if you know it's coming, how do you prepare? That's
exactly what I'm talking about. Like, I don't really prepare, I just kind of let it anger me. But that's the goal for this meditation, right? Like, because you can't live in gratitude and scarcity at the same time. And then scarcity is a low vibration frequency, and obviously gratitude and love and hope and optimism, those are high vibrational frequencies, but they can't coexist together. You're either one or the other. So that's why I do this. That's what my goal of gratitude journaling is, and I suggest that for people before they do the meditation, because the goal for meditation essentially is to help you maintain these higher vibrational frequencies, but people have been stuck in these low vibration frequencies and scarcity, lack, anger, hatred, and all this. They've been stuck in them for so long, they don't even know what these higher vibrational feelings feel like. They don't know what love is like, because they've been hating themselves and hating the world for being cruel to them, right? They've been angry with themselves and angry with the world because they don't live up to their promises to themselves, or people are letting them down and whatnot. So
isn't it interesting that every time you hate yourself, or you said every time you added
yourself
and
to
the world?
Yeah, because it's a reflection of you, bro. Like,
exactly,
you get who you are being. So you don't get what you want at life. You get who you are at a core. That's because you are energy, and energy attracts like, right? So you get what you are in the world. So people think like, oh, I can manifest $1 million if I continue thinking about it. No, you have to embody the feeling, right? Because the emotion attracts it. So you have to embody the feeling. How would you feel if you had that $1 million? What would you do? How would you act? You get me? So it's not just about wanting it in your head. It's about embodying the feeling and the characteristics that a millionaire would do, essentially. So as I was saying, the goal is to maintain the higher frequencies. So I gratitude journal to try and develop the feeling of gratitude. I count my blessings, essentially, so I can feel blessed, so I can become aware that I'm blessed, and that way when I go into the meditation, I'm not stuck in these old scarcity ways. I already trickled the feeling of gratitude, so now when I'm trying to focus on it, it's easy for me to bring it back up again and hold it for that 40 minutes or an hour.
That is crazy that you brought up the reflection thing, because I literally talked about that earlier today.
Oh, really?
I'm not even kidding. So none of this is scripted. That was all real thoughts. And I just got here too, so we didn't even plan any of this. I was just like, he was saying these exact things, and I was like, I gotta record this, bro.
And if that isn't proof in itself that like attracts like, he was talking about something earlier. That's an energy. He had that energy inside him. He was talking about them, and then so the world aligns scenarios, things, people, places to your energy. So if he's feeling that way and I'm feeling that way, it's like religion calls it miracles, but science calls it synchronicities. So this is a synchronicity. I met Blake on Instagram. I found him on Instagram. He was speaking some sick, inspirational, motivational, self-development shit, and I was in the process of wanting to become my best self. So I'm seeking more information, and I found his Protagonist page, and he was temporarily offering it for free, and I started doing the tasks that he had me do. Like, I started my vision board. I started getting clarity on my goals. I started posting my prayers on the Protagonist because people were not really active, so I wanted to be more active on there and show that I was doing some stuff. And
I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, of course, bro. And those little things brought me to where I am today. Obviously, I'm not where I want to be, but bro, like, I'm living better than I was last year with a lot less. Last year I had a job. Unfortunately, I got fired from my job, so I used this time to develop myself. I used this time to work on my self-development, and now I'm living more of a life more aligned with myself. I was working this job I was miserable at. Now I'm coaching people, helping them achieve their dream physiques, and now I'm including this sort of stuff in my coaching, helping them become aware of why, essentially becoming aware why they're vibrating at a low frequency, what's triggering these feelings, and helping them learn how to meditate on these feelings and develop better emotions and stuff like that. So
that's so amazing.
One day at a time. We're just trying to change lives,
And I'll just say real quick, it's not obvious that you're not where you want to be. I mean, people see your results,
Yeah.
But
that's just the physical, bro. Anybody can look good on the outside, but it's what you're going through on the inside, bro. Do you feel deserving? Do you feel worthy? Do you feel righteous? Because we're all born righteous, bro. But this world makes us feel like we're not worthy of anything,
Yeah.
But deep down inside, we're all worthy of the life that we want.
Do you think that you ever reach where you want to be, or is that always somewhere else?
I mean, of course, but I think we always can. It's possible to reach where you want to reach, but that's the beauty of it, bro. Once you get there, you got to set the bar higher, and that's the beauty of, like, if somebody's truly into self-development, it never ends, because you just keep you might achieve that goal, your long-term goal might turn into your short-term goal after, because essentially it all comes down to a checklist. Are you doing the things you have to do to get there? And once you get there, are you willing to stay there? And most real ones are gonna say no, bro. They're hungry for more, so they get there and they're like, damn, now I gotta do double.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at, is that it's always gonna be farther away. The goalpost always moves. if you're on that real path of self-development, like you just said, you're always looking to strive to get somewhere higher than where you're at. That doesn't mean that you're not grateful for where you're at, though, and that you're not at least content with some of the things you have, or all of the things you have to an extent. But there's also always something that you're working towards. Honestly, that mindset alone, being grateful for what you have right in front of you and striving for more, that's actually what it is to be wealthy.
And abundant.
You know, and abundant. That's what wealth is abundance.
Exactly.
You know, wealth is more than just money in your bank account. It's abundance of everything that you need.
Right.
And honestly, that's a mindset, because everything we have right now was gotten with the things we needed. You know what I mean? We had what we needed in the first place to get the next thing we needed.
The thing was just becoming aware of it.
Exactly. The thing was just becoming aware of it.
But that's what society does to us, bro. Like all this, like that's why they say it's corruption, because they make you think like all these material things are what's more important. You know, people are basing their value. People are basing their self-value on the material things. Like people think they're hot shit because they're rocking that Gucci shirt.
Yeah.
You know, or because they're fucking living check to check, trying to pay off that fucking $700 Maserati note.
Dude.
You know, just so they can feel more valuable to themselves, you know. But look at the richest people, they don't give a fuck. Steve Jobs was wearing the same black t-shirt and blue jeans on stage, bro, and he's one of the wealthiest people. He wasn't fucking driving that. Look at fucking Amazon, the Amazon guy. He was fucking, there's a video of him driving his little beater Corolla,
yeah,
bro. He was already a millionaire, right?
I find it funny, I literally just said this today. I don't know if I put it in the vlog that time, but that's exactly what I just said. I just said that the people with real money don't even care to flex it. It's so funny to me, because like I just said that in the vlog, actually, that there's more to life than money, man. A lot more to life than money. Like even me and you are exchanging value in ways other than money.
Right.
And that's why, you know, people will do things for you, because it's more than that.
Abundance starts within. So if you want exterior abundance, you have to have interior abundance, and that's becoming aware of all that you have is more than enough than you need.
Exactly.
But people are too focused on the outside first.
That is true. And that's why I'm saying, and he's saying the same thing, is like, don't be so worried about, it's okay to be worried about your presentation to an extent, but you don't need to look like someone you're not. You just need to put yourself out there and continue growing. Like people are gonna notice that, you know.
So something I wanted to throw in there too, because there seems to be like this big misconception, like you have to be rich to be abundant. And it's like, it's not true. Like just how we were talking about the other day, like people see our Instagram pages and think we're wealthy, but we're not wealthy on the outside. Like I'll be the first to admit, like living in Long Beach is expensive. Like my lifestyle as a bodybuilder is expensive. I spend $500, $600, $700 on high quality food at Whole Foods, you know, pounds of lean beef, grass fed, you know, pasture raised eggs, you know, et cetera, et cetera. My rent in Long Beach, I live by the beach, is expensive. Like I live barely making it, but that's when faith comes into play as well. You know, having faith that things will align for you goes a long way, because when you're in faith, you're not in scarcity, you're not in lack. So I'll spend freely on those things because I know they benefit me. You know, I'll spend freely on that mentorship because I know it's gonna make me better. And when you become better, the world becomes better for you. You know, like I said earlier, the world is a reflection of who you are inside. You know, so you know, we're out here, we might be living check to check. You know, Blake moves around, but at the end of the day, he's traveling. You know, he's seeing the world, and maybe he might not do it with $1 million in his pocket. Yeah. But there's people right here that are struggling to live in their, you know, in their apartment, and they haven't been anywhere. Like me, for instance. You know, I haven't traveled anywhere in the last couple of years. So, and you know, you're doing it as a minimalist, essentially. You know, you're seeing the world. You're doing what you love. You're vlogging. You got your camera. You know, so essentially we're already living the lives that we want, you know. Yeah. So just because we don't have the physical, you know, essence of money, the physical value of money, doesn't mean that you can't live the life that you want.
It's very true, man. And if I had to add up all the things that I have and the people that I have,
yes.
the people that I know, the people I actually have real relationships with, including him, and then all the resources that are attached to even those people, including even my own resources, and just putting all that together, that's worth a lot of money. even if you don't have a ton of money in your bank account, that doesn't mean anything, bro. It doesn't mean anything. Like, you are living and you know you're gonna be okay next month. That's wealth too. Just knowing you're gonna make it, and that sometimes doesn't mean that you even have the money for it. It just means that you're at that level where you're not worried about it because you know you'll get it. You know. So that's the last thoughts, I guess. Any last thoughts before we move on?
Shit, I feel like I fucking threw it all out there, bro.
That was incredible, honestly. That's like, this is gonna be the new format of the vlogs are like podcasts in a way, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I love about it. And yet it also shows like lifestyle. I don't even know if I look good in this thing, and that's part of the process. It's just like,
people love
just
that raw.
exactly. It's just funny. It's like, you know, we're all so particular about how we look or how people perceive us in a way. Even if we don't really care that much, we care to an extent for at least to satisfy ourselves, you know?
Definitely.
And we have our own standards for ourselves. And it's funny, like, my point is that even me doing this doesn't mean I'm just like better than people. It's more just like, I just feel like obligated to show people, first of all, access to the people I know and what they think about, because a lot of the things they think about are things I think about too. And I can share that mindset that comes with it. And that's how you even achieve anything, is with the mind. That's why even with your coaching, you know, like, you know, you told them that last time, but, you know, with your coaching, you're more focused on mindset anyway. And then on top of that, obviously everything comes with that.
Yeah,
you know?
just to add to what you're saying too, like, it's a level of confidence too. You're confident in your own skin because you know what you're doing is right. I feel like when people shy away from vlogging their life or showing their life on social media is because they're embarrassed of their way of being inside. Like, they're not, their person is not somebody they're proud to show off, you know.
Very
and
true.
Me and you know, we're on this journey of self-development. We're doing healthy habits, you know. We're doing things that we know are going to inspire other people, so we can confidently show that to other people and hopefully inspire them, you know, because at the end of the day, our job as men on this earth is to help our peers, right? That's what it says in the Bible. That's what it says in science. We're most fulfilled when we're helping other people come up, right? So that's what, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, inspiring and guiding, and, you know, and that's what we're doing. That's what our journey's all about.
Very true. And we'll end it there. Now we're going to actually, I'm going to get this pizza. That's what I'm going to get. I'll be right back. Might as well bring the camera. I'm grateful to have people that think how I think. As much as you attract what you are, you still have to curate your physical environment for your mental environment to come to fruition. And that's part of having even the mindset that you might think you have, is actually taking those actions that get you closer to where you want to be and attract these types of people, you know, into your life. Yup. This is actually good.
Show them where the 7-Eleven is at.
Yeah, the 7-Eleven. So it's right there, right? But bro,
we're not doing cardio today, bro. We're not walking over there.
Bro did not want to walk. I thought that was the most ironic thing I've ever seen in my life, bro. Bodybuilders don't walk, man. They drive.
I already did my 30 minutes fasted.
You already did your 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, see, that's the last thing I was listening to was my fucking Tuning Into New Potentials meditation by Dr. Joe Dispenza.
See, he's not kidding. He's not kidding.
About it, bro.
He's
that
about
meditation life.
Well, man, yeah. Great habits. We're going to 7-Eleven for a great reason. I'll see y'all.
I know the water is ours, man.
It's really just the vibes of being here, man.
Yeah.
How you want security from me, but you a struggling actress? How you don't see the possibility at one mansion? How you hate it when I bring it up, yeah, carry that shit. Said and done a lot of things that you ain't never gonna be catching.
Ooh, I can see myself there. Reframing it to yourself is reframing it to everyone. The way that you're viewing yourself comes out naturally. So whenever I would sneak into places, and when I say sneak in, I mean really just walking in with a camera and convincing somebody that I'm supposed to be there, I had to believe that I was supposed to be there. If I didn't believe that I was supposed to be there, they can tell. So I would like sell it so much by just knowing like I'm supposed to be in that room right now, and if I'm not in that room right now, I'm fired, and that person doesn't have a camera guy, and that's all because of you. You know what I'm saying? Like I would say stuff like that to the person, or I would give that, sometimes you don't even know the exact words. Like, I don't even remember the exact words I'd say. It's just about how I was thinking about it. So it's the same with going to the gym or doing whatever else in your life and honoring the promises you make to yourself. You have to view yourself as the person that goes to the gym. You have to view yourself as the person that eats good every day, and that's up to your standard for yourself based on who you believe you are. And another thing that I say consistently, and I'll always say it, is that you are who you will be. And the reason why I say that is because it makes you realize, based on the goals that you have for yourself, that's who you are in the moment too. If you believe your goal is to be a bodybuilder, now you know you are, in fact, a bodybuilder right now, because that's your goal. So you're going to be learning every single little thing that you can to become a bodybuilder. That makes you a bodybuilder in the present. And until you view yourself as that in the present, you're never going to get there in the future. So there's a book called The Secret, and that's one of my favorite books ever. It talks about the law of attraction and how even if you don't believe in all of that, like, manifestation, you're doing it every day based on the words you say, based on what you consume, what you listen to, what you eat, based on your thoughts and based on your actions. And these are the 4 main factors of hacking your mind. Like I said, thoughts, actions, consumption, and speech. And those are the things that I'm making a book about. So I just thought it was important to express that you need to reframe it to yourself. And if you don't believe those things that you need to believe in order to change your habits, then nothing's going to change, you know? So that's really
fire right there.
Pay attention. Who do you want to be? And live up to it. It can easily be complex. Anything can be complex. The more you look at it complex, the more complex it gets. But whenever you simplify things down, just like in math class, they told you to simplify it, right? From the beginning. That's always what they have you do first. It's not because you actually needed to, it's that it makes it easier. It's up to you. The same for the computers. Whenever I was learning some coding this year, I actually just started. I used to not think I could even do that. And then I got to the point where I was like, well, why can I not do it? It's because I believed that I couldn't do it. So I started doing it. That's a lesson in itself. But I started learning and I realized the reason why we simplify things even in coding is so that it's easier for the computer to understand more information with less words, less lines of code. More lines of code is going to make it harder for the computer because now it has to read a bunch of stuff and kind of digest all that information. But same for us as people and our brains, how they work. It's like the more complex we make it, the more hard to understand or longer it will take for us to really like process the information. So that's why a lot of my quotes are so simple, but they're effective. You know, you are who you will be is like how many words? 6, but they get the point across with a lot less excess is the word.
What if we were to reframe it and we believe that it's easier than we think it is, instead of always thinking it's harder than we think it is?
That's the way to do it right there, man. That's the way to do it, because you'd rather think something's easy even when it's hard, right? Because whenever it's hard and you start thinking it's hard, your body just thinks it's hard. Everything about your essence of being thinks it's difficult. The grain. And if it thinks it's hard, it's like whenever you're doing push-ups and you think it's hard to do 50 in one set, it is very hard to do 50 in one set. But whenever you're like, that's easy, even if it is technically hard for you, you definitely will get closer, at least closer to hitting that goal, right?
Yeah.
So it's the same thing, you know, just change how you're looking at it and it'll change how it is.
The perception.
Perception is reality. So any thoughts?
That's it, bro. You took it all out. You took it all right out of my mouth. That was it.
Perfect. Anyway, I'm gonna you already ate.
You got right there.
You scarfed that down. I'm not gonna show them what I got.
It's a secret.
Yeah, we're gonna end it there. Thanks for watching. You're welcome. I could easily just live my life without showing you anything and not teach you anything. Even if I get something out of posting this, honestly, in my world, I would just be on an island ducked off somewhere. But I feel like I have to do what I have to do for the world, you know? So that's really why.
I'll do that, but first I gotta do that.
Yeah, that's what he's quoting me. I said I'll get to that, but first I gotta get to that.
At the end of the day, we all are equipped with more than enough to get to where we want to go, but then that's why we need to fix our internal state first, because although we might have enough, it's all about how you see yourself. Are you worthy of this result at the end of the day? Are you righteous enough to obtain these goals? Are you worthy enough to make this impact? You know what I mean? So a lot of people, sadly, they don't. We live in a society where it's built to keep you down. The way they sell this fast food, the way they're pushing all these sugar drinks, the way they push for you to drink tap water and tell you nothing's wrong with it. It's all to keep you low vibrational, vibrating at a low frequency. So that's what escaping the matrix is all about, bro. Not believing the lies they tell you. If you have something weighing down in your heart that you think could make an impact, you gotta go for it.
That is so true, bro. Yeah, that's I guess that's where we're gonna leave it, man. Other than that, we are gonna plug your homie's brand real quick. So
there's a homie's brand. I got the Visceral super high quality t-shirt, 100% heavy duty cotton. Got the sweats on too.
Oh, those are his?
Yeah.
Fire.
This is the oversized fit.
Super fire. And then the sandals. Those are Visceral sandals. I'm playing
Birkenstock.
Classic. All right. Well, what's his name on Instagram?
Kev Train Hard.
Kev Train Hard.
But the brand name is VSRL.
Awesome.
Visceral.
And then your Instagram too.
My Instagram is Timothy Iniguez.
And you spell that with the last name.
Last name Iniguez. I know I look white, but I'm super Mexican.
If you haven't followed me, you're stupid. But Blake, the Protagonist, on Instagram, Blake.the.protagonist to be exact. Watch the videos. Share the videos. If you don't share the videos,
and you're gatekeeping.
You're a loser. You're gatekeeping. Which I probably will.
The universe will thank you.
The universe will thank you. I'll thank you potentially, personally, but the universe will thank you, and it will show you that it's thankful. So
you can't be one of those guys that you want to see them do good, but never better than you, bro. You gotta want to see them do better than you.
That's the worst, bro. I've seen that a million times, man. I have a video about that too. I'll make more about that. They want to see you win, but they don't want to see you win more than them. That's a disease. You have to cut those people out, and I had to cut those people out, and it's sad sometimes when it's people but it's worth it. So I guess that's a ton of wisdom in one video. This might as well have been a podcast, but that's what it is basically. So keep watching them. Anyway,
peace.